In this week's episode, we overnight at a harvest host that has a bit of a skunky smell. Right behind us, that way, is a grow farm. So it's a little skunky here.
I can taste it.
I know, you can almost taste the weed. Mike shows you his pre-trip walk-around that ensures a safe tow. Moving back, we're gonna look at our safety chains. Are they hooked? Yes. And we discover a brake issue that might slow down our eastward momentum.
We noticed as we were pulling in, every time we go over the bump, we heard a clang. Kind of made us both nervous.
When we left you last week, we were arriving at a Love's truck stop just across the border in Arizona. Well, we made it to the Love's with 50 miles to spare. Never even got the low fuel lights, so happy about that. Gracie's concerned because Mom's going into Carl's Jr. to grab us some lunch. She'll be right back, Gracie girl. I never thought that I would be happy to see $6.12 diesel fuel, but here we are. It's not as crowded as I thought it was going to be. I figured this being the first one in Arizona, all of the trucks coming out of California would just have this place packed, but it's not too bad. We just got one in front of us. All right, well, time to fuel up. We have made it to Diamond Distilling here in Kingman, Arizona. We're gonna go inside, open up all the windows, and air this flipping trailer out because it's been a while. Hold on, it got dark. It's been a while since we have aired this thing out. Thoughts, Tony Tao?
Wish it was just a little bit cooler, but it is 3 o'clock. It's going to start getting cooler.
Yeah, it'll start cooling down.
I'll put a fan up in that window to help draw in the cooler air. Did you tell them it smells like weed here?
Yeah, so there is, right behind us, that way, is a grow farm. So it's a little skunky here.
I can taste it.
I know, you can almost taste the weed. You said something was weird, though, when you walked in.
I walked in and there's a large group of people in there, some sitting at the couches, some sitting at the bar. And they were talking when I opened the door. I walked in, but all of a sudden they all got quiet.
You ain't from around here, are you?
I just turned to the rest. Why'd y'all get quiet when I walked in? Which they proceeded to all laugh, but it was an awkward moment.
Honestly, I think you missed the perfect opportunity for comedy. You want to hear me on this? You want to hear me out? What's today?
Easter.
Today's Easter Sunday. When you walked in the door, you should have just went, hey, I just woke up in the hills in a cave and I pushed this rock out of the way and came down.
Shh. That's funny between us. I'm not sure other people find that funny.
All right, we're going to get set up and then we're going to go get us some baptismal bourbon.
Yeah, we have to go spend our harvest host money.
Yeah, which means liquor. All right, we'll see you on the inside. Love the smell of marijuana in the evening. All right, we got to get Gracie's backpack. Everywhere we go, we have a backpack that goes with us with her. That way, if she gets tired, she can kind of climb into it and relax. Here's her backpack. It's got a little open spot there so she can climb in if she needs to. All right, let's go. Let's go get a cocktail.
Oh, grab my purse. That's neat.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Oh, we got a little shade over here.
Oh, cool. Little outdoor spot to hang out at. Rum aged in a whiskey barrel.
The ginger ale.
Ginger beer?
That is an interesting aroma.
Yeah?
But I like it.
Because it smells like a combination of a rum and a whiskey.
Interesting.
And I'd come home.
It's like a very, very sweet whiskey.
Monday, and I could walk.
It's a little burny.
Here.
So this one is a 50-50 rum and rye whiskey.
Collaboration.
That smells very butterscotchy.
Really?
Yeah,
I
very,
got some other merch.
very butterscotch.
I'm all for butterscotchy.
You can definitely taste the rye in it, so it's not going to be as sweet as the rum.
No, this year.
Oh wow, though, it really just explodes in your mouth. This smells like it's going to hurt.
She comes down when I brew and she brews with me.
Oh, nice.
Her name is Barbie.
Aw.
Now I think that over rocks might work because it'll chill it down a little bit and it'll dilute just a touch.
Definitely having it with ice down there.
Yeah.
Haley was doing it.
Well, good morning, kids. Welcome to Kingman, Arizona. We are at a harvest host called Desert Diamond Distilling. You can probably hear the generator going in the background because Tony's cooking breakfast. A little bit about Desert Diamond Distilling. It was average harvest host stop, honestly. The area to park here is huge and it's very level, so that's a huge plus for it. We did go in last night and do a tasting. They have a lot of rums. We're not the biggest rum fans, so if you love rum, great place. They did have some whiskeys, they did have a bourbon, and they had a vodka, but honestly, all of it kind of tasted like rum. They do cocktails as well, so Tony and I each had a cocktail. There's also a pizza joint here. It's a pizza parlor that's inside of an old passenger rail car. Unfortunately, it wasn't open by the time we got to the front door because we were here on Easter and they closed a little bit early. There is a rooster somewhere around here that has no idea when sunrise is. It was still pitch black outside and that rooster started up and kind of woke both of us up. We had no problem getting in here with our fifth wheel. The one caveat being when we came in, there's two gates to get into the property. The second gate was closed, the first gate was open, but when you come in that gate, after you come in, take your swing a little bit wide because there's a bunch of trees that are going to be on your passenger side. Don't be an idiot like me and take the turn too sharp and rub the side of your rig down the trees. That's never a good thing. We are staying just north of Albuquerque tonight in, I believe, a state park. We have one night there and then we're moving on up towards Pueblo, Colorado. All right, kids, time to get rocking and rolling and get the heck out of here. I lied to you earlier. We're not going up to Albuquerque today. We are going up to Winslow, Arizona. All right, I got to get this generator wrapped up and then we'll be ready to go. Slides can come in whenever. Bedroom slide in. Kitchen slide is in. Now we have had a problem in the past when we're just on battery that when this living room slide gets all the way in, it'll pop a fuse. Let's see if that happens. Hopefully it doesn't. Fingers crossed.
Yep, it popped it.
Did it pop it?
You jinxed us.
Maybe it just overamps when it gets to the end.
Maybe.
And pops it. Maybe we just leave the generator hooked up. We just have a lot of 30 amp fuses. That's what we do.
We carry a whole big ton of 30 amp fuses.
We do. I'm going to go replace it because if not, it will forget about it and then we'll be freaked out when we get to where we're at. Let me replace that fuse. Heck, I'll show you how to replace the fuse. Here's your little taco bar, coffee bar, whatever you want to call it. Your fuse box is right there. And look at that red light that's on. That means there's a fuse blown. I believe it's this fuse right here. Let's pull it and see. Yep, it's that fuse. Yep, it's blown. All right, in the drawer, right next to it, is where we keep the fuses. Right here, whole bunch of fuses. There's the 30 ampers. Actually, there's one right here. We're gonna look at it, and now we gotta pop it back in there. Goes in that side, and then goes in that side. All right, that's a new 30 amp. This one's junk, so we'll throw it away. And we're ready to go when we get to our campground. All right, let's go hook up. Okay, before we leave, walk around time. But the first thing I do before I do the walk around is I turn the light test on. I'll show you how to do that on RAM. So we're gonna hit the vehicle icon, then we're gonna hit the dashboard icon. He says, the dashboard icon. There's one for towing and trailers. We'll hit that. Over here is light check, hit that. Says light check ready to go. Activate light check in progress. It's just that easy. Now let's go check the lights and do our walk around. I do this in the same order every single time. And if something interrupts me halfway through, I go all the way back to the beginning and start all over again. So looking at the lights, right now I have backup lights. I'm gonna let it go through the whole sequence. Brake lights, left turn, right turn, backup lights. All right, that's a full sequence. I know my lights are working. Now I go back to the front of the rig on the driver's side. Backflip, is it latched? It is not latched. So we're gonna latch this side. Moving back, we're gonna look at our safety chains. Are they hooked? Yes. Is our breakaway cable hooked? Yes. We know our plug's working because our lights were just working. I check here, make sure the front pass-through is locked. I know when those are horizontal, it's locked. I'm gonna look at this landing gear, make sure that this little nub here is all the way through. That tells me that it's completely locked. Next step is propane. We're gonna open up this propane, make sure it's off, it's off. Moving down, we're gonna open this side pass through, make sure that the water pump is turned off. Open it up, water pump, there's no light on, it's off. Now I hope I have the keys in my pocket to lock it. I do. Lock it. Come on, get in there, key, lock it. All right, water heater, that cover is closed and it's locked. Power, that's locked. My sewer is capped. I have my sewer hose container closed, latch, and I have a carabiner on there to make sure it doesn't pop open. Next step, look at the tires. I look at all the lug nuts. They're good. Make sure the valve stem cap's on. Once again, look at this tire. All the lug nuts look good. Valve stem cap is on. Now over here, our back landing gear. Make sure it is all the way up. I don't know why it's like this on a Brinkley, but those rear leveling jacks sit really low to the ground. I have had so many people come up to me and go, hey, your rear leveling jacks are down a little bit. And I go, nope, that's just where they are. We've yet to hit them on anything. We've gone up some steep driveways, down some steep driveways, have yet to hit them on anything. So I guess that's just the way it's supposed to be. All right, moving on. I look all the way down the rig, make sure all the windows are closed. They are. Backside windows, they're all closed. Come down here and make sure the back trunk is locked. Again, that's horizontal. That means it's locked. I then come over to our flagpole buddy mount. I want to make sure this is screwed in a little bit so it doesn't loosen out and fall out. Down on this side, all the windows, they are closed and locked. Yay! Keep moving down. I want to make sure that this awning is all the way closed. It is. This back landing gear is up. It is up. Look at this window, or this wheel. Lug nuts and valve stem cap. Lug nuts, valve stem cap. Also check this side, make sure it's closed and locked. The other awning closed and locked. This is closed and locked. This is just a double check. Tony and I kind of double check each other on a couple of things. One of the things I double check her on is to make sure the lock is on the fridge. But right up in there, I can see that the latch is on the fridge, so it's locked, and that the cabinet door that goes into where all of our controls are, I make sure that that's closed. And I can see that that cabinet door right there is closed. Those are the two things we seem to forget. All right, that's locked. Next, moving on to the side pass-through compartment, I make sure that it's closed. Oh, don't have to lock it up. Once again, that's horizontal. It's already locked. I must have never opened it last night. All right, moving on to the next propane bottle. Let's check it. Make sure it is closed. All right, lock that up. Propane is off. Next, coming towards the truck. Looking down again. I want to make sure that landing gear is up, and I want to make sure that that latch is all the way through. Moving on to this side, safety chain. That safety chain is hooked. And then the last thing is this latch. Make sure it's latched down. And that keeps this from flying up. Let me tighten it a little bit. Flying up in the wind. I'm actually going to tighten that other side too. That's my walkthrough. That's all I do. Very simple, very easy. And I do it every single time. So I make sure I don't miss a step. I would suggest you do the same exact thing. All right, let's get the heck out of here.
Time to get to stepping out the door. Spread those wings, cause we wanna see more, do more, be more. Like a real cute, but we feeling hardcore. The journey awaits us while we stay up. So much to gain, all this time I just saved up.
So for all y'all that have never been out west, and you think of Arizona, and all you think of is desert and saguaro cactus and rocks and all of that stuff, you need to get to northern Arizona. It's all just beautiful pine trees and...
Smells amazing.
It's Arizona, not Arizona. Also, quick piece of trivia for you on the Flagstaff area. Did you know that Flagstaff is the 6th snowiest city in the United States? Yep. Arizona has a city in the top 10 of snowiest cities in the United States. So if you happen to be at the brewery playing trivia and they ask that question, you can win. This is what you do when you're on the 40, aka the old Route 66. You come to the realization of things like, in that song, Winona, Arizona is the only city that's not in order.
Geographical order.
Geographical order. Because you go from St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, looking mighty pretty, see Amarillo, still going west, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Now you got to go back east. Don't forget Winona. Now you're going back west. Kingman, Boston, San Bernardino. Well, if you see, that's kind of stuff that you realize.
What song are you talking about?
Route 66.
Okay. But you need to preface that.
How do you not know that's Route 66?
There are some people
How does anybody not know that's Route 66? If I started singing that song and you didn't know it was Route 66, put something in the comments, because I don't believe it.
Why are we talking about Route 66? What is this year?
Is it the 100th anniversary? It's some anniversary of Route 66.
It is the 100th anniversary.
100th anniversary of Route 66. It's too bad gas is so damn expensive you won't be able to afford to drive it.
But it is getting slowly cheaper as we go further east.
Oh, yeah. There's the Big Arrow.
We stopped there.
Yeah, we did. Did we stop at the Big Arrow once?
We did stop at the Big Arrow once.
Route 66, there's all kinds of cool stuff on it. Pretty soon we'll be in Winslow, and then we're gonna go get a beer.
And then we're gonna stand on the corner.
Speaking of another song, yes, we will be standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. What will it be?
Just give me a second, I'm old, I gotta trigger it in the head. It would be a fine sight to see.
Such a fine sight to see.
And oh my Lord, what do I see?
Well, it would be a flatbed Ford.
Not two girls looking down at you.
No, I'm too old for them to be slowing down and looking at me.
You know, I forgot that the meteor
crater's out here, yeah.
We visited that years and years ago. That's why we're gonna go blow past it. But
yeah.
It was really cool, so we highly recommend it.
Yep.
Because it is really cool.
My only question about the meteor crater is, how did the meteor know to hit right there next to the visitor center? Dad jokes for days.
Yeah, places to go, we got things to do, we got plenty to see, so we breezing through. They see how we move, we wanna try it out. It's adventure time, baby, yeah, we having a ball.
Okay, so we pulled into Homolovi. There's donkeys. They're cute.
Yes, there are.
But anyway, we noticed as we were pulling in, every time we go over the bump, we heard a clang, which kind of made us both nervous. So when I went in to check in at the visitor center, Mike put his head under the RV, and he will tell you there's an issue. It's not going to stop us.
So what it is where the D-Max caliper bolts on, there's two bolts that hold it. One of them backed all the way out. We lost it somewhere.
He's gone.
So we got to see if D-Max can send us some new bolts, but we'll have to figure out where we can have them send them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not stopping us. We're going to still continue, just go lightly.
And I don't know why these things have backed out. When we got into San Diego, they had backed out when we got into San Diego, and I put them all back together and torqued them down to the spec, and for some reason they backed out again.
So anybody's had the same issue, let us know what to do. It's going to be a little bit more complicated, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, we always make it work.
On the road, adjust, flex.
Well, here's where we're at on the brake fix thing. So what happened is there are two bolts. The bolts look like this, and it's a bolt that has like a bushing around it, and that hooks into the caliper and holds the caliper on. Now the problem is I had two of them back off on me, and one of them decided to depart ways with us somewhere going down the road today. So I need to get another one of these. I've gone to two different auto parts stores, and of course they don't have them. So my plan is to call D-Max in the morning. D-Max is the manufacturer of our disc brakes, to see if they have an alternative for this bolt that I can put in there temporarily until we get to Kansas City, and I can just have them send me this bolt. Actually, I'll have them send me a couple of these so I have spares to Kansas City. Now, if they don't have a solution, I'm gonna ask them if it's okay if I travel with just one bolt in it until I get to Kansas City. And my thought is, if I'm only going to travel with one bolt in it, I got Loctite. Actually, this is Permatex. It's the same thing as Loctite. It's just a thread locker, and I'll put some of that on the one bolt and just crank her down, and hopefully it holds. Ain't anything else I can do tonight because it's starting to rain, and so I think we're just going to go get dinner and grab a beer somewhere, and then we'll pick this up in the morning and try and solve the problem then. All right, well, it's time to go get a beer. It's also got cold, so I get to wear my knit hat that Tony Tao made me again. Oh, I got a new Gulls jersey. Got that one on Tiki night. Anyways, we're gonna go grab a beer because, well, it's raining, so I can't really get under the trailer and do much, so I'll do that in the morning. We're gonna go over to Relic Brewing in Winslow. It's supposed to be across from the Standing on
Right across the street from Standing on the Corner.
All right, so we will be able to go to the Standing on the Corner. We might get wet, but what the heck?
Mark that off our bucket list.
We can mark it off the list. All right, we're gonna get rolling. We'll see you at Relic Brewing. We found this Standing on the Corner in Winslow, Arizona statue.
It's cool.
It's kind of cool. There's also
a mural. It's a great mural with the flatbed Ford.
Well, not only is there the flatbed Ford there's the flatbed Ford right there.
Ah, that's awesome.
Is this supposed to be Glen Fry?
It's just Glen Fry Drive.
Oh, Glen Fry Drive. Yeah, there we go. So, and there's Glen Fry. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. We're going to see if they let us into the brewery.
We're going to see if they'll let Gracie in the brewery. It's not supposed to be, their website said dog friendly on the outside, but it is raining. So hopefully they'll let us bring her in. She ain't really a dog. She's about 1/8 of a dog. So we'll see. RelicRoad Brewing. Let's see what happens. It looks pretty busy in here. Hi, how you doing? Success. We're in with Gracie.
Beer.
Craft beer list. I went with the Nut Brown.
This is the Nut Brown from
It's on there.
Oak Creek from Sedona.
And Tony Tao, you went with what?
I went with a Husk Papago Orange Blossom from Tempe, Arizona.
Cool. Cheers. Ooh, that's a tasty Nut Brown. It's not too heavy. Sometimes Nut Browns can get really, really heavy on you. That's kind of a much lighter Nut Brown. All right, I'm going to steal a taste of yours.
Reminds me of something.
A creamsicle. Because it's got the citrus on the front end, and then it goes vanilla. It goes vanilla on the back end. It's like one of those, when you were a kid and you got a 50-50 bar that was like orange with the vanilla ice cream on the inside. Yeah, does that work? I figured that would work for you because it's not super heavy. First round of beers, excellent. If you want to find out what happened with our brake issue, hit that subscribe button for more Our RV Sunsets adventures.